Hello YouTube, it is episode 12 of the VikingsOwn Network. I'm proud to be here hosting this show for the 12th time with Terrance, my co-host, to read off the questions as usual.
Thank you. Okay, our first question is from Badgers Packers 12. His question is Terrance a god? How did you know about the Eagles?
Well, if you want a flashback, it was episode 8, I believe. Terrance made a very bold prediction. He said the Eagles will not make the playoffs because they will be bad. And as of now, it's looking that way.
Yep, my logic behind that was they signed a Packer. And Michael Vick gets hurt a lot. I mean, that was my only logic, and I guess I was right.
And also, you predicted the Bills.
Oh, well, that one actually
playoffs?
I knew that Harvard guy, he's smart, so he knows all the defenses. He memorizes everything. He's the smartest guy in the NFL. That's why I knew the Bills.
That is true. Harvard people are smart.
So, the answer is, I'm not a god, but I'm pretty close.
Terrance is. Next question.
This one is from STL Sports News. His question is, how did Illinois get so lucky against Northwestern?
I'll tell you how. It is just because Northwestern does not know how to finish games. It is a shame that they let this overrated Illinois team come back on them.
Yeah, it's so bad that Purse's first game had to be then. If he was in season form,
yes,
they would have gotten murdered.
Yeah, exactly. They would have closed out, finished the game off.
Now here's our next question. It's from Alana for Life. His question is, how did the Vikes lose to the Chiefs, and how did the Gophers lose 58-0?
How? Why not? Why? Why how?
Yeah.
How?
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 Next question. Okay, this question is from Packerbacker 54904. This question is, what on earth made you think that the Gophers would go 8-4? VikingsOwn?
Well, I'll tell you why I thought the Gophers would go 8-4. Because I figured that their team would come together quickly. They would get in the midseason form faster than they did. They have not gotten into midseason form fast enough. And it's taken a toll on the team so far.
Yeah, I agree with you, Packerbacker. I had more reasonable. I had 6-6. Probably what you had them at.
Yeah, well.
But I saw 8-4. Because I knew Jerry Kill's like the best coach ever.
We have potential in this team. We just have not been able to execute.
There's no reason that we don't finish the season on a huge win streak. Like, we're so good.
Once we get mid-season form, we're fine.
So, everyone knows it's wild time.
Wild time it is.
So, we are pumped for wild.
We cannot wait.
First
hockey season is starting.
First game is the 8th. Against the Blue Jackets at home, we will be there.
We will be in the crowd at XL Energy Center. The ice is going to be perfect for this night.
Zamboni. Gotta love that word.
Yes, you do. It's hockey season. And in Minnesota, we love our hockey.
So, you should say we got together, looked at the whole roster, we know everyone, and these are our 3 players to watch.
First off, Martin Havlet. 62 points last year. Skilled player. Really like that guy. And you gotta love Brett Burns. He's a defender.
He played like 80 games last year. Great defender.
Great talent. And our goalie, Nicholas Backstorm.
He's great. He played like 52 games last year.
Solid.
He's solid.
Solid.
So, today's game, we're gonna play NHL predictions. Okay, so who do you have winning the Atlantic, Northeast, and Northwest?
In the Atlantic, I'm going to go with the Pittsburgh Penguins. They are a talented team with Sidney Crosby. I really like that team. I mean, I don't like them like a fan, but I like them as in they're a good team.
We understand.
I have the Capitals winning the Southeast. They've got Alex Ovechkin. They're always a good team. The Northwest, I have the Canucks. They were in the finals last year. I think they're still a great team.
I agree. They have the Twins on that team. I agree with all 3 of those picks. Now, the Northeast, Central, and Pacific VikingsOwn.
Northeast, I'm going with the Buffalo Sabres. I just like that team.
Great goalie.
In the Central, I'm going to go with the Blackhawks. They won the Stanley Cup a few years ago, and they're pretty good. And in the Pacific, I am going to pick the San Jose Sharks. They were a good team last year and the year before. And
Yeah.
they're always good.
Interesting. Here are my picks. I have the Sabres also winning the Northeast. Great goalie, great team. Then, I also have... No, I don't. I have the Red Wings winning the Central. I think they're a better team than the Blackhawks. I think you can't go against Detroit. Don't like them that much, but you can't go against them.
I don't like either team, but I have to decide.
And in my Pacific, I'm going to pick the Kings. Pretty under the radar. A great team, though, from LA. Gotta love that hockey town. And we both have the Wild making the playoffs in the 5th seed.
Yes, a wild card, basically.
Yeah, man. The Wild in the wild card.
It sounds great because we're the Wild.
Okay, and then I have the Wild making it all the way to the conference finals. And then they'll lose in a heartbreaker.
I agree. I think they'll make it to the conference finals and lose to the Coyotes. I think the Phoenix Coyotes will make the Stanley Cup final.
Okay, so what is your Stanley Cup final?
The Phoenix Coyotes will play the Washington Capitals for
Okay,
the Stanley Cup.
mine is the Canucks, and I'll have them facing the Sabres. And Terrance Akers' pick is the Sabres as Stanley Cup champs.
My Stanley Cup champions are the Phoenix Coyotes.
Oh!
4-3 over the Capitals.
Interesting.
I think they are just a good team. Phoenix, hockey town also. Great hockey town, just like LA.
So guys, TCF Bank, great stadium, great place. That's why we lost so bad last week. In the big house, we couldn't handle the pressure of all those fans. We needed TCF Bank. Golden Gophers will turn it around, and we will make a bowl game.
I love home field advantage,
Yes.
but we play at Purdue next week.
It stinks. We had 2 road games to start off at Purdue, but Purdue is weak. They're weak, and they're
Boiler down, boiler down.
Yes.
We are going to beat Purdue. As
And
for the Vikings,
that was just heartbreaking last week. It was, come on, man.
I know
You can't,
0-4 is not where we need to be
you
right
can't
now.
lose at the Chiefs. Like,
But now we host the Arizona Cardinals. They're off to a slow start. I think we can beat them, get our first win of the season, and then we play the Packers and the Bears. Bears first. I'm sorry about that.
yes, Kevin Cobb, he's not starting off great yet. So I know I had the Cardinals at the beginning of the season winning this, but now I have the Vikings. We go 1-4. We win 52-30.
I think we're going to win 48-12. I think it's going to be a blowout. All the anger from the close losses coming out on the Cardinals. Then we have the Bears, Chicago, Sunday Night Football. If we win that, and then the week after that beat Green Bay,
Yeah,
we're
then,
suddenly back in it, just like that.
yeah, then we have Green Bay at home. We win that. We're only 1 game below 500. Wouldn't that
And
be
then
something?
Carolina. Oh, Carolina. Cam Newton, he is talented, but the Vikings will show him.
And then we're above 500 for the break. Wouldn't that be just
And then
amazing?
the Packers again, and if we beat them again and sweep them, wow, we're back in it.
Okay, VikingsOwn. Who do you have? What score for Purdue, Minnesota?
Purdue, Minnesota, I have Minnesota winning this game. I think they will win this game 38-21.
Okay, I think we win 38-22.
Oh my goodness.
Shout out time!
What about
Shout outs!
shout out time?
My shout out is to our mascot. He's the greatest
Goldie
mascot
Gopher.
in the world. Goldie is amazing. I've met him in person. I know, like, I didn't meet the gopher. I've met the costume.
Yeah, he's
it was
a funny
pretty
guy.
awesome.
He's a funny guy.
He's adorable. He's not a badger. He's not a Hawkeye. What is a Hawkeye?
I don't know.
He's a real animal.
It's a badger also.
Okay, badgers are real, but
Well, okay. My shout out is to the Minnesota Lynx WNBA.
up 2-0 in the series.
The Minnesota Lynx are in position to win the WNBA Finals.
Woo!
Not that I really care,
We don't care at all.
but
But
Minnesota sports, it's just showing the compassion
yeah,
that Minnesota sports shows.
you have to say we're in a downswing right now. Things haven't looked great for Minnesota sports.
We are not used to this losing fever in Minnesota.
So it feels great for someone to win a title, even though Vikings, Gophers, everything's gonna be back in 1 to 2 years.
Easily. So, those were our shout outs. That was our episode.
Skol Vikings.
Skol Vikings.
See you ma.
Ski you my Gophers. Minnesota, hats off to thee. This is the end of the show. VikingsOwn out.